Welcome back everyone. In today's video, I'll walk you through a comprehensive guide to fully optimize your PC to fix performance issues such as lags, stuttering and freezing in order to make your computer faster. These optimizations are applicable for both Windows 10 and Windows 11. And please take note, the video might be a bit long because I'm covering every single optimization step. So if you're really into it or you are serious about improving your system's performance, make sure to follow each step carefully without skipping. Before starting the optimization process, it is important to create a restore point. This ensures that if you are not satisfied with the results, you can easily revert back to the previous settings. In order to create a restore point, head to your Windows search and then type create. Click on create a restore point. Once the system properties open, click on create a restore point right now for drives that have system protection turned on. If you don't have access to this create here, open the configure and then turn on system protection. Yours might be disabled. You turn it on and then you click apply, then you hit OK. You will now be able to create a restore point. So you just have to click on it and then give a name for your restore point. So I'll just name mine optimize and I'll click create. It only takes a few seconds and once completed, you can proceed safely. After that, you just click close and then you hit OK. The first step is to update your Windows 10 or Windows 11. Keeping your system updated is crucial. Windows updates often include important security patches that address vulnerabilities and protect against the latest cybersecurity threats. When you update your Windows operating system, you are maintaining Microsoft customer service and technical support to continue to resolve issues and bugs that you may have within your system. So in order to update your Windows, just right click on the start menu and then click on settings. And then head down to Windows Updates and click on it. Make sure you turn on the get the latest update as soon as they are available, and then you click check for updates. Make sure you have an internet connection. It will check for new updates and then install them on your PC. After that, you restart your computer. The next step is disable animations on Windows 10 and 11. Animations can slow down performance, so let's disable unnecessary ones. Click on the search icon on the taskbar and type sysdm.cpl. Click on it to access your system properties. In the system properties, click on the advanced tab and then click on the visual effects settings. Go ahead and then choose adjust for best performance. You can keep a few options like animate windows when minimizing or maximizing, or show thumbnails instead of icons. After that, click apply and click OK and click OK. The next step is increase virtual memory. Increasing virtual memory can help improve performance. To increase virtual memory, access the system property settings by clicking on the search icon on the taskbar and then type sysdm.cpl and then you click on it. Once the system properties dialog box opens, click on the advanced tab and then click on settings. In the performance options, click on the advanced tab once more and then head down to virtual memory and click on change. Uncheck automatically manage paging files for all drives and then enable custom size or click on custom size. Set the initial size and the maximum size. To determine the approximate size, check your physical RAM in your system information. So I'll just right click on my start icon and then click on system. As you can see, I have 8 GB installed RAM. So to determine the initial size and then the maximum size, I'll just have to open my calculator and then I will multiply my RAM by 1.5 in order to get the initial size. And then 8 GB of RAM, 8 MB is equal to 8000 MB. So I'll just multiply 8000 by 1.5, which will give me 12,000. So I'll just set the initial value to 12,000. And then to set the maximum size, I would multiply the RAM by 3. And then, as I already said, the 8 GB in megabytes is 8000. So I'll just multiply 8000 by 3, which will give me 24,000. So I'll set the maximum size to 24,000. And then I use this method because Microsoft recommends that the virtual memory you set should not be less than 1.5 times and not more than 3 times the amount of RAM on the computer. So you can set the values accordingly. After that, you just click OK and then click OK for the changes to take effect. Click on apply, click on OK, OK. You can choose to restart now or restart later. Because I'm making a demonstration, I'll restart later. The next step is titus optimization tool. And then this is a powerful tool that automates many performance tweaks. And then it's a compilation of Windows tasks. So to access this software, just search titus tool on your browser and then click on the first link. Once the page opens, you just have to copy the link, the one command, download and usage. You just copy the link and then minimize your browser. Then you search for Windows PowerShell. Then you run the PowerShell as an administrator. Click yes to continue. Then you paste the command in the Windows PowerShell window. Then you click enter. Then we wait as the titus optimization tool is being launched. Okay, so this is how the titus optimization tool UI looks like. And then it's a utility that's meant for well-organized installations, debloating with tweaks, troubleshooting with config, and then fix Windows updates as well. So you just have to head to the tweaks tab, and then as you can see here, we get to see tons of options that we can tweak. So I'll just go for the recommended settings that says standard, and as you can see, most of the essential have been checked. So you can go ahead and then check or uncheck some of the options depending on your preference. As you can see, the create restore point has been checked. We've already done that from the beginning of the video, so I'll just have to uncheck that. Delete temporary files, I usually delete them, so I'll just uncheck. Disable consumer features, I'll keep that checked. Disable telemetry, I'll keep it checked as well. Disable activity history, disable game DVR, disable hibernation, disable home group, prefer IPv4 over IPv6, disable location tracking, disable storage sense, disable Wi-Fi sense, enable end task with right click, run disk cleanup. I usually do that, so I'll uncheck the disk cleanup. Change Windows terminal default, I'll just leave it unchecked. Disable PowerShell 7 telemetry, set hibernation as default, set services to manual, debloat Microsoft Edge. You can debloat your Edge if you use Microsoft Edge. And then for the advanced tweaks, you can go ahead and go through and then check the one that you prefer. So the Adobe network block, I'll keep it unchecked. Adobe debloat, I'll leave it. Disable IPv6, I'll check that one. Disable background apps, disable full screen optimization, I'll keep it checked. Disable Microsoft Copilot. So those of you who have the Copilot running on your taskbar, you can check this box to disable the Microsoft Copilot. Disable Intel MM, disable notification system tree or calendar, set display for performance, set classic right click menu. So as you can see in the Windows 11 features, when you right click, you get to see the interface is really different as compared to the Windows 10. The Windows 10 looks simple like this one. So if you want to revert back to the Windows 10 right click menu, you can go ahead and then check that box, but I don't really need it. Remove Microsoft Edge. If you want to get rid of Microsoft Edge, you can check that box. Remove all Microsoft Store apps, not recommended. As you can see, it states here. So I'll leave it unchecked. Remove OneDrive. If you don't need OneDrive, you can go ahead and then check that box. Okay, and then the run OO Shutup 10. You can also run through that one. So this is how the interface looks like. So you can go ahead and then check and uncheck the privacy options or the app privacy options. But if you don't know what to do here, you can just click on the actions and then apply only recommended settings. And then as you can see, do you want to create a system restore point? This step is strongly recommended. I'll just have to click on yes. And then system restore points have been created. And then one-on-one settings have been successfully set. So you just click OK. Then you can close the OO Shutup 10. Now we head to the customize preference at the right hand side of the window. we get to see the dark theme for Windows option here. So you can check that option if you need the dark theme, and then Bing search in start menu. If you don't need it, you can keep it unchecked, or you can uncheck it. So you can go through the options and then check or uncheck the options based on your preferences. And then now we head to the performance plan here. As you can see, we can add and activate ultimate performance profile. When you head to the performance plans, you can add and activate ultimate performance profile. But before we do that, I'll head to my power plan options. And as you can see here, I'm on the balanced, which is the recommended. So I can go ahead and then click on add and activate ultimate performance profile. And then when I head to my power plan, you can see that Titus ultimate power plan have been activated. Okay, so the next step that we have to do is head down to the left bottom of the titus optimization tool and then click on run tweaks. And as you can see here, applying WPFT tweaks, you can monitor how the tweaks are running from the PowerShell window. So as you can see here, running script for WPT tweaks disabled. So you just have to wait until the titus optimization tool finish running the tweaks. And as you can see, tweaks are finished. The next step is disable unnecessary services. Certain Windows services may run in the background consuming resources, and to disable them, head to your Windows search icon and then type services. Click on it to launch it. Once the app opens, go through and then disable services which you do not need. I usually disable services like the BitLock encryption. So I'll just have to right click and then click on stop. And then as you can see, when I head to the properties, you can see that the services status have been stopped. So you can go ahead and then disable other services which you prefer to disable. The next step is disable transparency effect. Disabling transparency effect can free up some resources. And to do so, right click anywhere on your desktop and then click on personalize. Now click on colors and then head down to transparency effect. Make sure to uncheck that option. After that, you close your window. The next step is disable startup applications. Startup apps can significantly slow down your boot time. In order to disable them, right click anywhere on your taskbar and click on Task Manager. Click on Startup Applications tab on the Task Manager window. Now, go through the list of programs and then disable apps that you do not want to auto-start with your system. As you can see, I have disabled a lot of my startup applications. You can go ahead and then disable yours according to your preference. The next step is uninstall unwanted applications. Getting rid of unnecessary bloatware or applications you don't use helps your computer to achieve a better performance. And I'll be demonstrating 2 ways in which you can safely uninstall applications which you do not need on your operating system. The first step is right-clicking on the Start menu and then clicking on Settings in the pop-up list. Now, click on the Application tabs and then click on Installed Apps. You can now go through the list of installed programs to uninstall apps which you do not need on your operating system. And then the second method is by downloading a software called your uninstaller. So you just have to open your browser and then search your uninstaller. And then you hit enter to search. You click on the first link and then you can go ahead and then download the software. It's a free software. After downloading, you just have to launch the uninstaller software. The core purpose of the tool is to uninstall applications. Of course, the Windows operating system has this feature built in, but the process isn't always perfect and sometimes applications don't play nice. That's where your uninstaller comes in, and it can be used before or after the fact. I'm recommending your uninstaller software because it takes additional steps. It scans the Windows registry to eliminate abandoned entries, and it scans the disk drives to delete folders and files left behind by the now gone program. So to uninstall a program, you just have to right click on the software you want to uninstall and then click on uninstall. You'll be given or you'll be asked to select uninstall mode that you prefer. So to go with the super mode, it includes normal mode and performs complete scan on whole system and clear all traces. but I'll be going with the normal mode. So I'll just have to click next. And then as you can see, prepare for uninstallation. And then the second step is scan Windows registry. So the software will scan the Windows registry to delete any traces left behind by the uninstalled applications. And then the third step, as you can see here, the software scan installation folder. So it scans installation folder for unnecessary files and then gets rid of them. So I'm recommending you try this software. It's free and then user friendly. This is what you get to see. The registry entries that were found by your uninstaller software. Just click next and then you can see remove registry, remove junk files. It will delete without leaving any trace of the files on your PC. The next step is adjust application permissions. Disabling unused app permissions can also help. To do this, just right click on your start menu icon and then click on settings. Then you click on privacy and security tab. Scroll down until you find app permissions. You get to see a list of applications that you can disable the permissions. So you can just go through to disable most of the applications you do not need. Something like phone calls, call history, messaging, radios, a whole lot of unnecessary apps which I do not use. So you can go ahead and then disable the permissions based on your preference. The next step is increasing refresh rate. For a smoother display experience, just right click anywhere on your desktop and click on display settings. Scroll down until you find advanced display, then you click on it. Now head to the choose a refresh rate section. For this option, you must set the refresh rate to the highest option and you must make sure your monitor or your PC supports that refresh rate. So you can just click on it and then choose a higher refresh rate. But don't just jump to a higher refresh rate. Make sure you go from 60, 90, 120 upwards and see which one suits your PC. And don't forget that the higher refresh rate you choose, the more power it consumes. So choose your refresh rates based on your computer's performance. The last step is defragment and optimization of your drive. And to do this, just head to your search icon on your taskbar and then search defragment and optimize drive. Then you click on it. If you are using a traditional hard drive like the HDD hard drives, defragging it can improve performance. But for SSD hard drives, though you can defrag it, but it has no value or it doesn't improve your PC or make your PC any better because the SSD drives were already made to access files at a faster rate, unlike the HDD drives, which have a slower time in accessing files. So you can optimize your drive to improve performance or improve the rate at which your drive or your PC access files. So you just have to select the drive that you want to optimize or defrag and then you just click on optimize. And then that's all. Your drive will now access files at a faster rate. That's all for this tutorial. After completing these steps, restart your computer and you should notice a significant boost in performance with reduced lagging and stuttering. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more optimization tips. See you in the next video.